How do we get over self-consciousness and learn to enjoy when our husbands come to their gardens and eat its choicest fruit? Yes, oral sex is referenced in the Bible. That was directly from Song of Solomon. So I like to do what is maybe a little bit of like, I don't know, exposure therapy. But let's back up. The first thing that we need to do is you need to sit with the idea of your husband eating his choicest fruit and identify what about it makes you feel so self-conscious or uncomfortable. For a lot of women, it is because of the internalized messaging they received in purity culture that sex is dirty. Or, there is that messaging that is in popular media that we are dirty down there. Sex associated with dirtiness and shame is often the root. But I don't know if that's exactly the case for you. And so sometimes if women have had infections that have given them a smell, they become really hypersensitive and self-conscious about some sort of smell or turnoff or something like that. There's also the internalized commodification of female sexuality for male consumption that he couldn't possibly enjoy doing that as much as you enjoy doing it for him because there's nothing in it for him. And we are so used to centering male pleasure when it comes to when it comes to sex, that it can be really hard to think if I'm not actively giving him pleasure, he's going to lose interest, and that's going to cause problems, right? Even if he's not the one that gave you that messaging. But that is such a predominant messaging in pornography and evangelical culture that we can internalize it with our husbands thinking it's nonsense. First thing you need to do is really identify what about it makes you so uncomfortable so that you can then counter it with truth. I am assuming that your husband really enjoys doing it for you as much as you enjoy doing it for him, because I know a lot of my followers are actually married to good men. So this is where we come to the exposure therapy. This is not medical advice. This is not real therapy. But you guys, I'm using the phrase to illustrate what I mean. So I would start with allowing him to focus solely on your pleasure. No oral, just spend a night all on you, all your pleasure. And spend some time, focused time, touching you with his hands. And really sit with the idea that you are concentrating on receiving from him pleasure. And that's the only expectation. Really sit with that. Get comfortable with receiving with no expectation of anything else in return. And then maybe move up to, okay, he's just going to kiss around the area. Okay. And once you get comfortable with that, maybe we're going to do 10 seconds of a little something. And then you just keep baby stepping until you get to the whole deal. And of course, this is also always something that we could take to private coaching, where we could customize a plan designed for the both of you to walk through so that this part of your life is something that you can fully embrace and enjoy, because you deserve to have good sex.